want to complete the neuroamp.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back. Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. The mole took priority. Now that Dalton has everything he needs, thanks to you, we're free to proceed. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to VEENA KALRA, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was being researched separately as a mod. The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and MASAKO know about it. Big time. We'd be the only ones unaffected.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once VEENA can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection. You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend. We expect our employees to do whatever it takes to ensure Ryujin's success. Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Besides, you're in good hands with VEENA. Good. I'm glad you see this as an opportunity.
And I love a willing subject. Now it's just a matter of getting the key ingredient. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called ROTHICITE.
The last shipment we were supposed to receive never arrived, and we've gotten no response to our queries from the station. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to keep the discovery quiet, so it's unusual for them not to respond. We have several theories. Dealing with a new element on a new planet has its own set of risks. It could be environmental, mechanical, or, worst case scenario, pirates, mercenaries. We are leaning toward the latter. I think we all share that concern, which is why I want you to find out exactly what happened while recovering the shipment. Unfortunately, yes, so be prepared. Extensive tests and research were done on the planet, so the chances that this is environmental are slim. And setting up a station like this is second nature for Consolidated Mining, with plenty of redundancies in place to handle mechanical failures. The station is called CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called CARNIA 3A in the CARNIA system. Unfortunately, we had to cut ties with our supply chain manager, Camden Cho, and his replacement is still getting up to speed. Otherwise, I may have had more useful information. I can't discuss the details. Company policy. Camden managed all of our outside contracts. He set up the initial agreements with Consolidated Mining, so he had on-site access and knowledge that we could have used. I'd consider it a minor inconvenience for any operative under our employment. Be prepared for anything. Once you have the shipment, bring it straight back to VEENA.
Dangerously low temperatures here. Keep an eye on your vitals.
Meet your death.
Engaging hostile.
I cannot wait.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Maintain control.
There you are.
Impressive investment in equipment. Someone certainly considered this worth the time and credits.
I'm just the courier.
I understand.
Private sector.
I'm not blaming
That's
you.
where the real money's at.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. Yeah, I bet you do.
Maybe we could bend the rules a bit. This isn't getting us anywhere.
Look, I'd like to help, but... I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just...
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area. In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
This damn contract will be the death of me. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. You need to leave. Heh, checking up on us? I feel like we should be the ones checking up on you. What do you want? Oh, I see. Send an ill-informed rep so I get the pleasure of re-explaining everything while you aren't able to give me an ounce of information in return. I've been promised official authorization on Project Dominion for weeks now, and every time it's almost done or just a few more days. With competence like this, it's a wonder Infinity Ltd is able to stay in business. Is that what you traveled all the way here to ask? It's empty because we've lost our third round of patients. Now, do you want to get to the point? I've got failure reports to document. Of course you do, because daily reports simply aren't good enough. The third group, like the others, failed to take the internal neuroamp, all resulting in death, with the exception of one, currently comatose. Sean and I are hopeful we'll be able to revive the subject. But until we receive proof of human trial authorization, any fourth group will be refused. Don't act so surprised. Infinity is well aware. In fact, I remind him of those statistics in every report I send, which happens to be daily. The standard response is always, failure is to be expected, but keep pushing forward. Well, there's a level of brain activity that keeps us hopeful. Making sure that man lives is our #1 priority. Well, you'd be the first from Infinity to think so. It's a relief to know they have at least one employee with some sense. Now, anything else I can help you with? Oh yes. Refine ROTHICITE? As if I have the proper tools here to create experimental metal alloys. Good. I specialize in neurosurgery, not chemistry. It's absurd you'd expect us to handle something like this in a medical lab. It's on the table. It's all yours. Anything else? Then we're all in a lot of trouble. This means everything we've done here at the clinic has been illegal, and we'll all be tried for murder. Let's just say I was blinded by my own determination to restart my career. I'm pretty sure my feelings in the past are why Infinity hired me in the first place. They knew I'd be desperate to regain the respect of my peers, and failure would mean utter ruin. Now that's a naive question. The clinic is either being paid to turn a blind eye, or Infinity is doing all they can to prevent them from knowing. Good. Now if you'll excuse me, work to do.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Running this facility is a challenge, even when there isn't an outcome.
Hey there.
Okay. Now
Don't cause any trouble. Are you sure you're okay?
don't wander into any restricted areas. I'm fine. I really thought about it.
Ryujin has certainly taken time to craft an appearance for itself.
Hey there.
Hand VEENA the ship.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? The mercenary group? Only that you mean business if you hire them. They're not known for subtlety, and don't care if they leave a trail of bodies in their wake. I take it they were at the station? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the ROTHICITE. Were there any survivors? Our station on CARNIA 3A and Consolidated Mining's contract were both confidential. We had no reason to believe they'd be under any threat. Of course, we had no reason to believe we had a mole, either. Corporate culture may have its ugly side, but that doesn't mean we've lost our humanity. Our moves are strategic and precise, as you should know. The moment we justify the slaughter of innocents is when we go from competitive to criminal. Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic. Especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? Our technicians are thorough, but they aren't that thorough. Your ship docking there simply caught their attention is all. But on the off chance it was related to your assignment, they're currently combing through the clinic records as we speak. I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing? They're going to pay, all right. But if you have something to add to their list of criminal activity, I'll be happy to use whatever fuel you can provide. The clinic serves all, but it can't be denied that they require credits to run. In most cases, the clinic is also the best choice for research. Not everyone has the resources to have decent medical facilities like us on site. Human trials? Without even completing his product? Ugh, Lucas must be insane.
Infinity appears to be on an entirely different level of corruption. It cannot be allowed to continue.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the ROTHICITE secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Not long, according to her. She and DeMarcus have everything prepped and ready. I believe it's just a matter of creating the alloy and molding it according to her design. It certainly is. And it's also time to inform the rest of the board on the current situation. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.